guys up front, a lot of returners, Kerry Hyder and Darton Bush, just our personnel. We thought we'd match up good up front with them and tried to give them some different looks, different fronts. And we had a pretty good beat on their protections early. They changed it up on us a little bit later. They had a hard time with our bare front and really did not adjust real well to that. So we continued to get back in that front to apply some pressure and actually missed, probably 3 or 4 sacks that we could have had.
What do you expect this week from SFA?
They're good offense. I mean, throw it around a bunch. I think they led the country at their level in throwing the football. Good quarterback, good skill, and he makes quick decisions. And I think they're going to do what they do. He comes off the Dana Holgerson, Mike Leach, air raid philosophy. So, we're going to have our hands full defending what they do offensively.
On a few of the sacks, it seemed like a couple of the guys went completely unblocked. Is that something we can expect, and is that directly attributed to your the confusion and everything you guys create?
Well, hopefully, I mean, if they come unblocked, I don't, they were confused a little bit on some of it. We're going to move our fronts around like we talked about since we've been here. Try to cause confusion with the offensive line, try to cause confusion with protections, try to cause confusion with the quarterback, and some of that, there were some guys that came clean, and we just got to do a better job of finishing when we're in the backfield and act like we've been there.
Who were some of the guys that you rated at the highest in this, or that you were most
Yeah, a lot of guys. Trey Porter had a really good, solid performance for us. Put his hat on the football that had we had a bounce the other way, might have been a scoop and score the other direction on that opening drive. Will Smith, huge night for us. Very productive on our productivity charts that we give out for our guys. But really solid across the board at a lot of positions. Terrence Bullitt played well. The front, Kerry Hyder, really solid night for him. We were able to play a lot of guys. Those last couple drives, we really emptied the bench, and it was good to get some reps banked for a lot of our guys for the future.
Were you pleased with the tackling overall?
I was really kind of surprised, to be honest with you, because it's a spread game that they presented us, a lot of open space. Guys did a solid job, did not have a lot of missed tackles. We were good at the point of contact, and we were good running to the ball. So if we did miss, we had a lot of hats. I was impressed with the effort, the tempo, the energy, and at times really stingy, especially in the red zone, of our guys bowing their neck and playing aggressive in the red zone and not giving up touchdowns, holding them to either no points or a field goal block opportunity for us.
When you guys go up against a team with a coach who came off that Mike Leach coaching drill you just talked about, like last week with Monday or here this week, how much can you lean on Cliff with his experience in that offense?
Well, seeing it every day, which was good for our guys, which moving forward with looking at SFA and the fly sweep and some of the two-back stuff that they did against Weber State on Saturday night, just a variety, really allows our guys to play our package and play fast, maybe faster than what we would had we not see it on a daily basis.
The secondary didn't get beat over the top. Was that surprising to see, considering how much SMU wanted to throw and where they wanted to?
Yeah, no, I think, the safety play was outstanding. J.J. Gaines got a little tired in the second half. Trey Porter played great all the way through. Our menu kind of changed a little bit when we got up a couple scores. Tried to pull back just a little bit so they wouldn't allow them to take a shot and score quickly. We wanted them to have to move the field. So I might have got a little less aggressive with the play calling and a two-safety type shell, so to speak, and really did a good job of executing what our coverages were.
Are you looking forward to hearing what it's like in the Jones this Saturday?
Yes, I've heard big things about it, and looking forward to it. It's always good to be home.
Coach, what's your take on defenses allegedly faking injuries to slow down up-tempo offenses, and how do you approach that with your defense?
Our guys aren't going to do that. I mean, we talk about being mentally tough and blue-collar mentality and playing, through the whistle, and we'll sub when we have our opportunities to sub, and if it's legit, it's legit. But we don't get into that, and we really don't talk about it.
In your opinion, how prevalent do you think it is that it's actually happening?
I think you all see what we see, and I think the slow offenses down. I think that's probably something that head coaches may decide to do, or defensive coordinators scheme wise to slow offenses down. I think that's probably in the game plan. And is that ethical? No, but does it happen? Yes.
How would you fix it, Coach?
How would I fix what?
How would you fix taking injuries?
I
If it happens.
I can't answer that. I'm not certain how to answer that, to be honest with you. We talk to our guys. We're going to control what we can here defensively as coaches and as players, and we're going to play tough, aggressive, hard-nosed, and our guys, if they're hurt, if it's legit, it's going to be legit. I can tell you that.
Yeah, I thought Baker played really well. I mean, we've seen it all camp long with both of those guys for being freshmen, where they sure don't play like it. He's got just a charisma about him out on the field. He's kind of like a gunslinger out there, and he did a really good job. There wasn't a time that you looked out there and he looked like a freshman. He wasn't wide-eyed at all. The moment wasn't too big for him, and it didn't really seem like that. Once he settled in, that the game wasn't moving too fast for him. So, really, really excited to watch him play. He's able to create some things outside the pocket for us, and which is big for us in this offense. This makes us, a little bit more difficult to defend, but did a good job of leading and making plays and taking care of the football.
Do you expect him to start Saturday?
I have no idea.
Hard not to start a guy that's named Big 12 Player of the Week, though. I mean, in all honesty.
Yeah, I mean, that's above my pay grade right there. I just coach the outside receivers. Yep.
Are you impressed with how well his rapport has grown with the receivers?
Yeah, I am. He's a likable kid, and anytime you have success at a quarterback, you're going to draw closer to those receivers. As long as you're a guy that can get them the ball, they're going to play for you no matter who you are. But he's a guy that has that charisma about him. Guys like him off the field as well as on the field because he's making plays and getting the ball to them. So, I've seen it grow a little bit.
I know it's above your pay grade to make this decision, but how soon could he become a scholarship player, do you think?
Yeah, probably. I don't know if he, pretty soon I would think. We'll have to talk about it as a staff.
How proud were you of Reg?
Yeah, very proud. Yeah, very proud.
Talk about that play.
Yeah, it was just a screen that we ran this offense for a long time, and he took it and. You watch it out there on the field, and it almost looked like he was moving in slow motion, but he just kept breaking tackles and making moves, and really excited for him. Very proud for him. Couldn't have happened at a better time for him to gain some confidence in that. Always a guy that when we've had scrimmages and the lights have came on, he's played well, and so for that to happen in his first college game, with a bunch of people there watching him, very, very proud of him.
You think Jordan Davis can be somewhat of a surprise weapon this season?
Yeah, I think so. As long as Jordan stays healthy, he's a kid that runs probably the best routes on our team, and he has a knack for space. He has a knack for getting open, and Coach Morris has done a great job with him as far as kind of teaching him how some of the little nuances of the position when he played here. And so I think Jordan's really taken to that, and he's a tough kid. He's just had some fluke injuries along the way, and hopefully if he just stays healthy, he'll have a really good season.
Talk about the production you got out of Bradley on Friday.
Yeah, Bradley was very productive. One of the things about Marquez is the things that don't show up on the stat sheet he does every day. Every day, whether it's scout team, whether it's versus the defense, whether it's versus SMU or SFA this week, hopefully, he plays so hard. He plays with such passion. He's so competitive. To see him get a touchdown, to be to play 76 snaps, and didn't look tired. And so really encouraged by Marquez. You just got to keep coming along and getting more comfortable in this offense, and really excited about what he's done.
Did you see the offense kind of pick up more steam there going in the second half? Kind of a slow start in the first half, but the second half y'all really started getting rolling.
Yeah, I think that we were able to move the chains a little better in the second half, and that's the thing. When you play fast tempo, you've got to be able to get first downs to continue to play fast. And I think in the second half we did a better job of that. And the first half it's a little bit of everybody feeling everybody out. You don't really have any practice games or anything like that, so everybody going out there and kind of seeing where we were as an offense and as a team, and for the kids, the one thing that was encouraging as well is they never panicked. They never had a look of something's going wrong. They just kept chopping away.
And as a quarterback yourself with Baker, did you see him progress through the game, through the highs and the lows of the game?
Yeah, I did. I saw, really the big third down completion he had to Amaro over the middle of the field. I think from that, he really kind of gained confidence from that and loosened up a little bit and made a lot of plays.
He doesn't seem to be easily intimidated.
No, he is not. He is not easily intimidated at all, which is a great trait to have at quarterback.
Do you feel like he's out there trying to prove everybody wrong?
Man, he's out there just playing hard, and I think he's very passionate about football. He loves football. He loves to compete, and I think that's what he's out there doing, is playing with a bunch of guys that he feels good about and playing as hard as he can.
As a coach, is it kind of scary seeing all these first week upsets from FCS teams?
Yeah, it just shows the parity of college football. I think that the parity across recruiting, and there's so many good players out there. There's so many good coaches, and the funny thing about football is it's a new week starting really today, and you've got to prepare your guys to have short memories, to practice, to prepare to win, because Monday through Friday is your preparation, and then Saturday they go out and play. So not really surprising at all, because I know there's a lot of good football players and a lot of good coaches out there.
Hard for you guys to get into your players' heads though, for a team that gave up 50 points to another FCS team?
Well, it's about us in this building. We try to instill a mindset to these guys is it doesn't matter who we're playing against, whether it is the scout team, the defense, or our opponent. We want to play and practice as hard as we possibly can and play as tough as we can, no matter who it is.
Enjoy taking in that game from the sideline as opposed to the booth.
Yeah, a lot more energy on the sideline. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. I thought our kids had fun. You're there involved in the action a lot more, and so it was fun to be down there with Coach Kingsbury and our kids playing so well.
With Cliff having to watch the defense and have more duties, what's your role when the offense comes off the field to the bench?
Really communicate anything from up top, what the guys are seeing, to the receivers, to the running backs, the O-line. Coach Kingsbury handles the quarterbacks, and then really just kind of a holistic approach. Get with Coach Hayes, anything run game wise that we're seeing or not seeing, things like that. Just being the communicator between everybody.
From a game day aspect, from you going from last year to this year, what's the difference this time around from a year ago this time? For you, like on a typical game day.
Okay, just being up top, you're removed from the emotion of it. You see a little bit better, but you're still able to see on the field when you're back behind the defense well, and so it's more of a even keel encouragement. Make sure the kids' heads are in the game, all the while trying to figure out what's a good suggestion for Coach Kingsbury.
A workmanlike performance for Eric Ward, 150 yards. He didn't find the end zone, but talk about just how important he was and how good of a night he had Friday.
Yeah, he had a good night. We were able to get him the ball out there in the second half, and he catches the ball, and those are like run plays for us, real decisive when he gets it. I think that from a conditioning standpoint, he could improve a little bit, but seeing him battle and block, there wasn't a play you watched on the film where you thought that he was loafing. And excited about that because he's really stepped it up. He practiced really well last week, and just for him being the senior of that group, to look for him to continue to provide that leadership and how he prepares.
Okay, guys, thank you.
Thanks.
We'll bring Coach